Welcome back. My name is Mulligan and this is Xenonauts X-Divison. Still trying to find the medium UFO. There we go. Try to fight this one. And... boop. Another one down. Laser weaponry. We've done, Commander. We have finally developed the technology required to develop energy weapons of our own. Lasers as such are nothing new, of course. They have been known for decades and have been described as a solution in search of a problem. But I think we definitely have a problem. The human pre-war technology level has meant that lasers have been a lab curiosity without much use, as it requires a lot of power discharged rapidly and ionization of the air, and the resultant opacity to the laser beams have resulted in lasers strong enough to cause any real damage to have a range measured in inches. Selenium has allowed us to start to get the energy capacity and discharge down to a man-portable format, and our studies of alien phaser technology has allowed us to work around the ionization issue. This means that we can now start the research into the practical production processes of laser rifles, laser pistols and ground vehicle pulse lasers. To produce more advanced laser weapons we need to perform further research, but we have all we need to start. Our knowledge of the various alien species and their strengths and weaknesses is scant, so instead of trying to guess what might work best against them, we have instead tried to build on the strengths inherent in the laser technology itself, which means a high precision. We are still working on the ammo clip energy discharge, so the actual energy amount inflicted on the target is lower than that of the ballistic weapon counterparts. And we also have a bit of technical issues with ammo clip replacement, causing it to take longer than the mechanical counterpart. Armor mitigation is nothing to brag about, but we hope, based on the initial battlefield reports, that we may not need as much mitigation for energy weapons as kinetic one does. Let's get the rifle MK1. Get this one off the table as soon as we can. We are back. I want the second sniper to get wolf armor and the heavy weapons, wolf armor. You are good. You can survive another mission, right? Right. So I mean we can load a couple more grenades. There we go. You cannot. You, however, can. Get another one of these. Couple more grenades. Always good. There we go. Launch. Not North America. You are not. Okay, we need to refuel. There we go. Laser rifle MK1. This is our first attempt. So we can get the precision laser MK1. We are not going to build those, but we need them to go for the MK2s. So this makes three fighter aircrafts here. We need to decommission one F-17 here and send the next fighter to Northern Africa. There we go. And what are we going to do now? We build more fighters. That is most of the stuff we do. What? I don't need to trash my fighter. Anti-missile. This system allows your aircraft to counter a limited number of enemy craft missiles while performing its main task, be that to eliminate escorts or engaging the main craft itself. Note that this system is mounted on a missile hardpoint and so cannot be fitted onto interceptors. Also, due to inherent limitation in the system itself, Fitting two systems onto the same aircraft will cause the two systems to engage each other, resulting in a number of explosions and in the immediate vicinity of your aircraft, and the likely shredding of said aircraft. Let's get... let's just work down. Division Cannon Mk1. Not really a fan of the cannons. Precision laser done. You go and research A in advance. We've successfully complemented our research on the A in phaser and lightning weapons commander. Now with my towering intellect and a little help from one of your seasoned captors, we believe we can increase our understanding of and start to develop our first energy-based weapons. Leave us for now. I will call you as soon as I have extracted everything I need from the seasoned weapon search. Yep, seems fine. AVAX is just checking that there are no bases. AVAX is not checking anymore. Ooh, looking nice. Minigun MK1. With our improved sniper rifles and cannons making such an impact, I thought we could try something different. I took an MI-34 minigun and have successfully come up with a plan for integrating my improvements with it. The grunts were complaining about lack of firepower. This should shut them up. Okay. I do want to... naturally, I can't wait for the day. Why should I? What I'm going to do, I'm going... I can't buy another AVAX. Fighters are finished. Relocate. First, let's go here. Decommission 2 more. Relocate 2 more fighter. 1, 2. Start building 2 more fighter. Rocket. Yep, rocket. Elenium missiles. We are now ready to implement our knowledge of Elenium heavy explosives into weaponry for our aircraft. Taking our Sidewinder as the base, I believe we can replace its payload with an Elenium one for increased damage. We haven't finalized the design yet, but it should be able to fire from a normal missile point. Division Minigun. This weapon is heavy in more than one way. At 12 kilograms, the soldier wielding it has to be brawny, and its bulk and unwieldiness will make it extremely inaccurate if the soldier hasn't braced himself properly before firing. It also takes so long to fire a burst that only a single burst can be fired in a turn, and a suppressed unit will be unable to recover sufficiently to bring it to bear. However, being hit by a burst will be a serious threat to an alien's health, and it will be a courageous or stupid alien that doesn't stuck when under fired by this weapon. This is no weapon corresponding to this in the standard. Okay. Can see MK2. So we can get some comparison with machine gun. Advanced alien phaser technology. More in-depth studies of the alien phaser technology has not allowed us to replicate the technology this time either, Commander. But it has allowed us to start researching improvements of our laser technology. Advanced laser. Welcome, Commander. I'm glad you stopped by. Subsequent to our development of laser technology, and with a little ingenuity from myself, I believe we can further increase the power of our laser arsenal. I would like to go over the notes we took from recent advanced alien phaser acquisitions, just to make sure. Now if you could just sign this expenses form, we will get started. Sure. What I could do, I could just launch fighter. Fighter are pretty good, they have a nice radar range. They are really fast. They are just better than AVAX. I mean, AVAX have a lot more radar range, but they are so slow. Okay. And Northern Africa, not relocate, decommission, decommission. You get 2 more. Little fighter. Wrong base. Africa. Africa. Which means that we are now only building fighter for our main base, right? If we go here. 3 fighter. No, we have still 1 more fighter here. We could replace. Boop. Fighter at target. Select new target. Return to base. Selenium missile. The Selenium missile is an updated version of our standard Sidewinder missile system, and we've had a chance to update more than just the explosive payload. To start with, we've been able to use the data gathered from our encounters with the alien fleet to hone in on what detection methods work best. And our new missiles are much more effective at following those signals. We've also had a chance to rework the solid fuel rocket that powers it, since the aluminum-based explosive payload actually takes up slightly less room than its conventional predecessor. We can fit more rocket into the missile. If we look at the specs, you will see we've been able to considerably increase its operational range, which should keep our pilots a little further out of harm's way. We've also been able to mount fins capable of greater deflection than the previous model, allowing tighter turns during flight. Altogether, this is a substantial upgrade, and I highly recommend you start refitting our interceptors with this technology as soon as you possibly can. Iron aluminum torpedo, go. Division Minigun Mk2. This evolved version of the Division Minigun Mk2 adds 8 additional bullets per burst and provides some armor mitigation as well. The cost of this added destruction is another 3 kilograms of weight. Let's get the Division Cannon. There we go. Return to base. Advanced laser. The research has provided the groundwork for practical research into how to improve each of our laser weapons into something we intend to call MK2 versions. While the MK1 laser weapons require alien alloys for their production, the MK2 versions will also require energy cores gained from processed alien energy weapons. The core is a bit of a misnomer, however, as it isn't a discrete item, but rather more like a kit of components. Fortunately, alien weapons the same as the other ones. Laser rifle. With our new understanding, technology, we think we can improve up our standard laser rifle. Go. We need those 4 androns at least. Send an AVAX over there. Laser rifle MK2 is a fairly marginal upgrade to the MK1 with a slightly larger range, larger ammo capacity, and some armor mitigation, but the same damage. They require both energy cores. However, we think we may be able to retrofit this model later on. And get the precision laser. No, that means I don't need this, I want laser. Laser weapons, rifles. 5. Bam. As many as you can make me. Okay, we have finished those. We are going to relocate one to North America, which is going to decommission the last plane. We probably want another Foxtrot later. Decommission. Or the next Foxtrot equivalent. Selenium torpedo, the wait is over. Commander, I finally finished the technical specification and design schematics for our very own Selenium torpedo. And frankly, this thing's a brute. My design philosophy was simple: maximize the explosive payload first, everything else second. It won't turn quickly, it's slow, and it doesn't even track the target particularly well. But if you can get it to hit, it's game over. That's thanks to us wrapping spent selenium around our usual high explosive core, and lots of it. We are measuring over a 30% increase in power over the previous generation of torpedo technology. This is going to make an impact on our ability to take down the large alien craft, and with that in mind, I suggest you get on building them right now. Who knows how long we have until we start facing something our current tech can't even scratch. Vehicle selenium rockets. Division cannons, okay. So we have researched that. Let's just go down. Research all that. AVAX can't really find anything. Fighter has been refueled. Precision laser, MK2. We now have a lot of research. So we get the spear cannon, the alien ballistic cannon. The production is just not really holding up. Now, granted, we are upgrading our fighters. Missing. Commander, have you seen my radiological study of selenium anywhere? No? Typical. I take the time to design a flawless filing system, and my team will still walk off with papers. This isn't the first time it's happened either. We've had several research papers go missing. Nothing more than a day at most, but it's holding up work on our weapons development program, and that's time we can't afford to waste. I've spoken to the Provost Marshal and reminded him if he is going to post his goons at the doors of my labs, they should be taking their jobs more seriously. Hopefully that will be sufficient. AVAX is not finding anything either. Return to base. More fighter finished. Decommission. 2 more F-17s. The last couple fighter we are building. A ballistic cannon. The civilian weapon is basically a portable cannon that has a small area effect around the impact point. While this area effect isn't lethal, it is still powerful enough to be able to cause heavy bleeding as well as suppression. And you really don't want to be at the impact point itself. Don't cluster your soldiers when an enemy is close or you are inviting a grenade, and don't cluster your soldiers when a civilian brute is sporting one of these. Or you will invite attack by this weapon. It's just the assembly. Bam, some more ballistic cores we can get. Oh, okay. We need a light weapon system, which we can get by disassembling an UFO. Light weapon system, right? Yes. So disassemble one of these. Spear cannon. The spear cannon is a long-range cannon mount weapon for engagement of larger craft incapable of performing evasive maneuvers. The low-capacity cannon fires armor-piercing spears, or more probably rods, that punch holes in the targeted craft, dealing significant damage if they hit. Research the next one. Robodoc. Analysis of that. We have a small UFO. We have a bigger one. Russia can send stuff. Okay. We have a different... come on. So many alien ships. Okay. Got one. Got a second. I guess there is stuff going over here too. Nice. Got rid of these. Okay, next episode we will have to see how we do these missions. We have a medium mission, a small mission, and another medium mission. We have to see.